There is a field of energy in and around all matter. And that is the level of vibration or resonance, if you will, for all matter. And as you can
I think we're
imagine,
getting some vibration here on our
there you
sun.
go. You see? So that's a good example because even though that sign was motionless, it was actually moving at a very, very subtle level. And if you think of the atomic level, obviously there's nothing stationary there. There's an incredible amount of movement. And the energy that is fundamental to that movement is a field phenomenon. It's a field of energy, much like if you can imagine a very calm lake of water, and then you drop a pebble on one side of the lake. After a very short time, in fact, technically, immediately, the whole lake begins to vibrate like that. The whole lake begins to respond. That's an example of a field effect. It's not like it drops and then it kind of goes like a pool table and billiard balls, you know, one hits another and one hits another, goes all the way down. It's the whole field that is affected by one movement. So sympathetic resonance technology is a way in which we are resonating with a field of energy that is completely and fundamentally natural and life-supporting for the human condition. And so it is that field that is the basis of our life. It's the basis of our well-being. Like you say, the immune system, the different intelligent aspects of the body are all governed by this field of energy. It's a field of intelligence, but it's not intelligence as we think of from our minds, like figuring out problems. It's a natural intelligence that is the same kind of intelligence that is at play when a plant grows, from a seed to a sprout, to a stem, to a leaf, to a rose. Those are all different phases of expression of the same forms of matter, the same atoms. They're taking on different forms, taking on different directions, taking on different expressions of life, and that is governed by this aspect of sympathetic resonance, resonating with a particular kind of field that is appropriate for that level of evolution. And I'm talking about evolution of just the seed to the rose. So you can see naturally there's different phases. The seed has a whole different aspect to itself, structurally, materially, how it's receiving nourishment and how it's going to grow into the sprout than the rose does. But it's the same plant. Different kinds of fields of energy are at play for each different level. So it's not, I'm sorry, I tend to go on and on because it's so fascinating to me, but sympathetic resonance technology basically keeps you in touch with your innate intelligence, with your innate intrinsic life force. There are billions of things happening right now without your knowledge. Right. If you get a cut in the middle of the night and you're sleeping, your body immediately does literally billions of things to make sure you don't bleed to death, or to make sure the white blood cell count goes and kills the bacteria, to make sure the skin begins to heal and the scar,
make sure it stops bleeding,
and all that stuff is innate. You don't have to. None of us had to learn that. Right. So that is that, and it's not the level of chemistry that knows that information, how to heal. It's the level of the field. It's the level of sympathetic resonance at play that makes sure that your body heals up and you wake up that next morning and live life.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I got it. So, so when you take sympathetic resonance technology and encapsulate it in a bracelet or in a pendant, it's a way of strengthening my own immune system, for lack of better words. I know that if I walk into a room full of people that have a cold, if my immune system is down, I might get the cold. But if my immune system is up, I can walk into that room and stay healthy. When I'm using a Q-Link product, when I'm wearing SRT technology, I'm just being a little bit stronger, perhaps. My immune system is, I'm in the field, and we're sympathetically resonating with the good stuff.
That's pretty good, Scott. As a matter of fact, in the mid-90s, the National Institutes of Health actually was giving a body of research that they actually could not deny that there was something more than chemistry. There was something more than just physical matter. And in fact, they came up with a term called the biofield, which they define as that it's a field of energy in and around every cell that governs the homeostasis of that cell, which means if you get cut at night, the cells all of a sudden are out of homeostasis. There's damage to the cells. And the NIH said the biofield is what governs those cells coming back into the state of optimal performance, or at least stability, homeostasis. So when you're in touch with natural energy, for instance, not only the Q-Link, but walking out in nature, walking down by the ocean, walking up in the mountains, these natural environments, you feel invigorated, you feel more clear in your thinking, you feel more alive. That's sympathetic resonance at play with nature. But these days, we have a lot of things that are, we can say, that evolved in the last 100 years or so through technology. And Claris has nothing against technology. We like our cell phones, we like our computers, and we know that the energy that is being emitted through electromagnetic fields from our computers and from our cell phones are not in harmony, you can say, are not coherent with our natural biofield.
Not in resonance.
They're not in resonance. It's dissonance.
Dissonance,
you could say dissonant.
As
Like somebody singing out of key with somebody singing with key, it doesn't sound right. You know something's off. But unlike something as obvious as hearing somebody sing out of key, these fields are invisible to our eyes, and we can't hear them. And we are so inundated with these fields, particularly with the cell phone, that there are all kinds of symptoms that people are having that they don't know why. And so one of the things that we found at Claris is that when you enhance the body's natural, like you say, natural immunity to not only germs and colds and things like that, but also these deleterious fields, the man-made electrical devices that we are surrounded with every day, the lights, everything is run by electricity and the 60 cycles per second, and we can talk technically, but the human body, well, let's say this, the human body feels better without those things. So I don't know what to do. What to do? Well, it feels better in natural environments, so take the natural environment to technology, to the body, and have our cell phones, work on our computers, but let's be in Hawaii at the same time. Let's have that, let's have our cake and eat it too. Let's have our technology, but have our natural biofield, that natural energy, which is natural to the environment, without concrete and power lines, strengthen so that we can have our cell phones and not be thrown off. That's what SRT does. That's what these devices do.
Well, speaking of cell phones, I'm so glad you brought it up because this is exciting. Claris has a new product, and it's a Q-Link accessory that goes on the cell phone. And actually, I had asked, I was hoping Robert would bring one here to the cafe this morning, and he didn't. It's so new that you didn't have one for your cell phone, but it's a patch, if you will, and it just sits right on your cell phone. And let me see, I've been doing a little homework, and I want to see if I've got this right. The Q-Link pendants or the bracelets, they work in concert with your own biofield. So what happens with your new accessory for the cell phones, you put that on your phone, and when you're not using your phone, nothing's happening. But when you pick up your phone and you bring it in your own biofield, now the sympathetic resonance technology is working for me, and I'm maybe getting a little bit of my own immune system is stronger in the face of all the electromagnetic energy that is in use whenever any of us use a cell phone.
Exactly. It's the same technology that we've got that body of research that shows that you have healthier blood, your brain waves are more coherent and more natural. It's the same technology. So we just had the brilliant thought.
Yes.
Let's make a device that goes right there
On the cell
on
phone.
the cell phone, on that device that we don't know if it's good or bad, but we know that we feel better with SRT and the cell phone. And there has been research done on our other devices showing that with cell phones, with computers, with electromagnetic radiation and SRT, you're not so easily thrown off. There are limits, but you're more in that natural environment and with technology. So our new product goes right on the cell phone. So it's got that natural, fundamental source of energy, source of chi, source of life force, and the radiation from your cell phone. So that's what our technology is all about. It doesn't block anything. It doesn't interfere with the signal, the reception, the quality, but it's right there with the cell phone. You've
Your
got
own
that,
biofield.
That life-supporting biofield that the NIH said was governing your well-being.
Hey, if the NIH said it was governing my well-being, that's good enough for me. I just think I would like to encourage everyone to click on the link here on our website, visit Claris, look at the various products, the bracelets, the pendants, but specifically this technology for the cell phones. I just know that there are billions of cell phones, correct?
Yes.
And everyone who's using them, like I said, it's always a little bit sketchy. You know, when you put that thing to your head, there's a little bit of electromagnetic interference. You can feel it. People need to know about your technology, and I want to encourage everyone to go to the website and purchase one for their cell phone.
Good, Scott.
So Robert, I think with the YouTube video here on our website and what you've explained today, oh, you were mentioning the research. There's a lot of research, and it's all on your website. A lot of third-party research, University of California, Irvine. You've had research done in Europe. There's a large body of research that sympathetic resonance technology is for real. And of course, you know that, and I know that, but it's nice to have research to support that. So anyone who may have a doubt or wants to know more, look at all the research that's on the website. But more importantly, strengthen your biofield. See if you can get one either a bracelet or a pendant to wear around your neck, and make use of sympathetic resonance technology from Q-Link. Robert, I want to thank you for being in the cafe. This was very helpful, and we hope people will come back often and check out some of our videos, and we'll see you soon in the cafe.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Robert.